Darklord, new deck type support. This was tier freaking 0 in Duel Links.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
Now, let's read these new cards. We're also going to look at a combo and some gameplay, and I'll talk more about it being tier 0 in Duel Links once I have a deck list to showcase to you what tier 0 looked like. Darklord Golgulta, level 6. The Okay, this, you could special summon this once per turn. You can only use the second effect of this name once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you could special summon 2 Darklord tokens. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except fairy monsters. I would think that the tokens are good for link summoning, right? They have a good link summon Darklord, which is the Condemned Darklord. Discard 1 card, take a Darklord monster from your deck, add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. Sure. And what other effect? You can tribute summon fairies that require 2 tributes by banishing 2 monsters from your grave instead of tributing a monster on the field. That's also a pretty cool effect. Now, on over to Duel Links, as we loaded up almost 80,000 decks, hopefully not breaking the site here, type in the word Darklord, and I think what would be good is clicking on Tournaments, clicking on Top 100 Casey Cup, I guess just Casey Cup here, right? Or World Championship Qualifier, Casey Cup, Top 100 Global, Top 10. Do we have one with, where's that skill that made it so you can, there we go, compensation, Kybercorp Bling. This was tier 0. Ew, well, mate. Now, the skill's gonna read differently. This is what tier 0 looked like in Duel Links within freaking Darklords. Wall of D, ain't no way. Kybercorp Bling had this effect where if I were to translate it to Master Duel, it essentially said after losing 1,000 life points, you would randomly draw a royal rarity card from your deck. So what did players do? They ensured that only banishment was royal rarity, only 1 card. So it was not randomly, it was pay to win. You had to spend thousands of dollars just to build this deck correctly to then be tier 0, and you would guarantee be able to draw your banishment of the Darklords, which you have the effect of just returning back in the deck after you search it. Search it, return it back, search it, return it back. You would endlessly be having a field of monsters copying the effect to Reborn, negate a monster in the field, gain life points. Holy moly, this deck was nuts. So can we return, look at that, no extra deck, by the way. What the heck, no extra. Now, what else does this do? If this card is sent to the graveyard, not by effect, not by cost, not from the hand or deck, it's literally in any way you get this card in the graveyard, you could add a Darklord card or a forbidden quick play spell from your deck to your hand, except the Golgulta. You what, mate? Forbidden quick play. So we got the forbidden support in addition to this. We could be just searching for literally forbidden freaking droplet. Ain't no way. Searchable droplet is the way. That's crazy. And what's a good way to send this to the graveyard? Well, from my memory, we got a way to draw 2. The Darklord girl, the Ixchel. There she is. Discard this and a Darklord, draw 2. Don't mind if I do, and then trigger the effect to add a Darklord card, which is more important than searching for a forbidden. Maybe we're probably not gonna even do this. Sure. What else we have? Darklord Jehudi. This is a level 4. This will be our normal summon, I guess. You can only use the first and second effects once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon a Darklord from your deck. You what, mate? In the hierarchy of what to use your Ash on, generally, if you're unfamiliar with the deck you're playing against, normally you don't ever want to Ash an effect that just searches the deck, right? It's an effect, pick up the deck, grab 1 card, whatever, but an effect that summons from the deck, that usually, barring that there isn't another effect that's doing something crazier than that, would be a really good negate. You what, mate? Summon from the freaking deck, except the Jehudi. You cannot summon for the rest of the turn except fairy-type monsters. I'm happy that Konami is, I can't say that they're going back to this, or at least keeping this more so in mind. We need more restrictions. The word cannot special summon should be in every single good deck type, because we see what happens when it isn't. Fiendsmith has no restriction, Tier Limit has no restriction, you what, mate? If you control a Dark Fairy Fusion monster, you could banish this card from your graveyard, then target a Darklord or Forbidden Quick Play in your graveyard, add it to your hand. We have some recursion, plus I assume this is definitely a 1-card starter, right? You what? What else we have? Gianna, what the heck? Look at this. This is your card. Lucifer, Darklord of the Evening Twilight. 3,000 attack, 3,000 defense, 2 level 6 or higher dark fairy monsters. You can only use the first and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this is fusion summoned, you could set 1 Darklord spell and 1 Darklord trap from your deck. Plays around Droll and Lockbird. Under Droll, you could set 2 Darklord cards from your deck. Now, this seems really freaking good, but I'm already thinking this could sometimes be bad. This would make the Darklord trap a Garnet. It doesn't say and/or, so we don't get to set a spell from the deck and then optionally set a trap. You have to set both. And I do believe there are a lot of Darklord players that play just 1 trap, and then this would ensure we have to play more than 1. And then what if you draw more than 1 in your opening hand? You have to hopefully have a way to return it back in the deck before fusion summoning this, that is, to then ensure that you could get the crazy effect. So I'd say that's a small little downside, but also crazy good effect. Your opponent cannot target this card in the field with card effects. Untargetable. So plays through Droll, can't be ashed, can't be impermed, can't be veilered. You commit to summoning this effect should just go through. What else we have? Quick effect. Pay 1,000, target a Darklord spell trap in your graveyard, apply the effect when it's activated, then shuffle it back in the deck. Pretty much every Darklord has this, but now it's another one. Okay, that's good. Just copy a spell or trap. Yeah. Oh, boy. What the hell? This effect is definitely going through. That is nuts. Darklord Pleasure. What? This is not going to have the same name when it comes to TCG. This is... Can someone help me? What are, like, synonyms for pleasure? Happiness. Darklord Delight. Or Darklord Joy. So let's read what Darklord Joy does. Darklord Delight. You could only activate this name 1 per turn. Fusion summon a dark fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing its material from your hand, field, and/or graveyard. And if you do, it gains 1,000 attack. If summoning a Darklord this way, you could use a Darklord monsters your opponent controls as material. I think there's a way to... There's one of the smaller Darklords that summons a Darklord in the opponent's side field, and I guess you could now use it for the fusion. And is there an existing Darklord card that performs a fusion summon? And now we could copy this. Copy the Darklord Delight to fuse during the opponent's turn in addition to your own. But would this be considered a form of disruption? Darklord spell and trap card. So normally during the opponent's turn, you can copy a card like this, which would negate a monster on the field. This will search your deck. This will reborn a monster from engrave. Can we copy the effect to fuse during the opponent's turn? Because this is not a form of disruption. So what are the other Darklord fusion? It's the Darklord that's first, right? The first Darklord. If we summon this during the opponent's turn, is that good? The first Darklord, 3 dark fairies where the other one requires just 2. That has to be level 6 or higher. Your opponent cannot target fairies, control card effects. Use the following effects once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned using Darklord Morningstar. So, okay, and that's the effect that destroys all... If you could get access to a Morningstar, the fusion spell, I guess, now it needs a combo piece. I'm not sure how viable this will be, or maybe it's actually gonna be crazy. If you could just have Morningstar in your hand or in the graveyard, you now during the opponent's turn can destroy all cards they control, non-targeting field freaking wipe. That's interesting. All right, I am very much delighted by that. And I guess maybe for the art, they're gonna have to censor. They're probably just gonna flip both models the opposite ways. Is that it? I mean, for that being it, we essentially have a quick play fusion. Even though it's a normal spell, we could quick play with any of our Darklords. We have a super setup that can't be ashed or veilered or impermed. We have a new starter. And then this seems pretty cool too, if they're sending it with Darklord Ixchel. Let's see some gameplay on how good this is looking. Yeah, the banishment, let me make sure we have the highest quality. There we go. Banishment search, Ixchel. With the new card, when sent to the graveyard, it's gonna be able to search our deck for a Forbidden or a Darklord card. Ash, negate, mate, you what? That's the effect to draw 2, now negated. searching for a contact to reborn from the grave. And then Ixchel could copy the effect of banishment to search again. Veiler negates. The deck already is quite susceptible to, let's say, a Droll and Lockbird, which the new fusion plays around it. That summons the Darklord onto their side of the field, which the fusion spell says we could use the Darklord on their field. And we grabbed a Nasty. Link 2, this grabs a Darklord monster, not a card, grabbing Morningstar. We then discard 2 to summon the Nastin. Nastin copy the banishment. Darklord Delight fusing with their field because we gave them a monster plus our own graveyard to summon. This is not ashable. This is not Veilerable. You can't imperm this. Set 2 from the deck. Copy the effect of Contact Reborn. Volcanic send from the deck a trap. Now, it's the pop trap. If we copy the trap, we'll pop a card in the field. What are we having here? We have the Lucifer board wipe setup. So this will copy the Darklord fusion spell to wipe their field since we have Morningstar in graveyard. This will copy the effect to pop. And then this is a monster snatch. Tribute a Darklord to take control of a monster, but you could do it twice. But we only have 2 Darklords to copy effects. Okay. Yummy. The best deck of the OCG. Snatch it. Now, this is a special summon, but you still want to take control of it. There's their normal summon. Did not yoink it before or pop it before it goes in Link 1. We want a fair duel, right? Nasty Nastin is going to be copying the effect of the Snatch again. Now, the first time we activate the Snatch in the field, we had to tribute a monster, but we forego the cost. We don't have to pay the cost. We just apply the effect of snatching the Snatchy. We win now, right? That's it. Well, it's got the field spell. He has the extender, summon from the hand or graveyard. Is this it? Woo, look at that. 3 cards. I thought it just, oh yeah, it does do 3. It's 3 of them. The first Darklord, and we did use Morningstar. Non-target, wipe the field. That's great. Double snatch, field wipe, untargetable 4,000 attack. Woo, that is good. That's the new one, the Judy. Jehudi can summon a monster from the deck. The first Darklord also could reborn within the main phase. We don't even summon it. We don't care. Lethal damage. Let's look for a go second duel. Okay, we're going second against Yummy. Oh, crap. I got full loss. Cubsy search will speed up the turn 1. We got Droplet. I mean, Droplet is searchable in the deck, so I would say you definitely want to play at least 1. Now, what could Yummy do? They could synchro during your own turn. We want to try to play around that. We do have Droplet to stop them. Grabbing Morningstar. Nasty Nastin, discard 2 to special summon the Nastin. Activating the Synchro. We're going to forbid Droplet. They can only activate the effect of Synchro once per chain. Droplet negates the Snatchy. Summon the Nastin, which can now copy a card in grave. The Golg grabs the Pleasure, the fusion spell. And we already have a Morningstar in graveyard. Imperm, negate the Nastin from copying a spell in the grave. And now we're going to fusion spell. This is a board wipe. And it's unfreaking targetable. Wait, is it itself untargetable? I think it says other fairies or it's itself. Cannot target any fairy with card effects. Can't imperm, can't Veiler, and we're going to board wipe the freaking field. Damn. Untargetable board wipe. And the only real set, I think you do want to gain access to Pleasure through normal play, but what's not normal is having to further extend into getting access to a Morningstar. Non-target wipe. He's going to reborn from the grave. That's going to do absolutely nothing, or he's just going to replace the field spell, returning it back to the hand. What? Damn. Jehudi, someone from the deck. We are under the effect of Fulos. Copy the Pleasure to fuse again. Oh my cheek, can't Ash, can't Veiler, can't Imperm. 9,000 freaking damage. I love this. I mean, the aesthetic of the deck looks freaking great. Non-target board wipe is unique enough. Do it during the opponent's turn and on your own consistently. Let's see the deck list he is testing out here. We have 2 traps. So my concern is that the best way to play the deck might be 1 trap, but if you only play one trap, then your fusion could whiff on setting 2 cards in the deck, but because of that, you're forcibly playing a second trap where you probably just want to play one. And if you draw both your traps, I don't know, the pop card, can we use one of our Dark Lords to pop ourselves, I guess, to return it back in the deck after getting it in the graveyard just to summon the fusion? That's the one thing that makes me wince a bit on not being too happy about the fusion, which is seemingly unstoppable on setting 2 cards, but will get stopped due to your own bad luck. Triple Droplet. Oh boy. This looks fun. This is a deck I definitely want to whip out on the MD Pro myself to be playing. I like this a lot. So thank you very much, Dual L Exordio. That is the new Dark Lord support. Let's go.